Hey, I wanted to share this item that my parents found for me at a farm sale where they live. They got me a overcoat from the Great War. Also, I'll be showing that in a future video. But this one, I looked this up, and it seems like it's a hard to find cartoon book in good shape. I'm trying not to touch it so much. I really don't want the, you can see like the fingerprints from over the years, which can't be helped. But for preservation state right now, I want to keep it where I don't touch it as much. But the comic book is Wally and his cartoons of the A.E.F. The A.E.F, in case anybody watching this doesn't know, is the Allied Expeditionary Forces. Price for this was 5 francs. There in France when they did this. It's kind of like Bill Malden, and he did in the Second World War. Now, as far as I'm going to do is I'm going to only go to this first page. I'm sorry, but the back part, it's been folded over the years, and the problem is with a big book like this, not very many bookshelves can accommodate it in its original flat condition. So somebody folded it a long time ago, which is fine. There's 2 options I'll have: is either keep storing it the way it is, I'll get some acid-free material and cover a block and kind of keep it from touching the ends, you know, when you fold it. Instead of being like this, it'll be like this. So, and I was lucky enough, or my parents were lucky enough to find this for me, and they didn't pay very much for it. But look at this. This is the second item of the Great War that I've recently gotten that is attributed to a person in the 26 Engineers, and has the camp they were in. Camp Kearney Detachment, I believe that says, on this opening page. These cartoons by Private, oh man, I'm sorry, Walger and USMC are dedicated to, it's not that I can't read, it's just I stepped on something. Thumbtack. So I'm going to finish this video anyways. Reprinted from the Stars and Stripes newspapers. Wow, of the A.E.F. And then you have some faded, all rights are reserved. So like I said, I don't, you could see how the inside pages where it's been folded, they've oxidized a little bit, and I don't want to, just in case they're brittle, they didn't feel like they were, I don't want to break it. So I'm going to keep it until I can kind of figure out how to recondition some of the pages so I can turn them, and then I got to get some more gloves so before I touch it. And another fortunate thing to find was when my dad was checking this out for me to kind of read me the front cover, give me some dates on it so I can look it up. Look at this. That's got to be the 26 Engineers. No, that's most likely France because of the ruins behind it. Or it could be Italy or somewhere in that area. But I would say France to be safe. And look at this here. It's got all the men. So, like I said, it's in really good shape. Very interesting little cartoon book. And, you know, I have a pretty big Bill Malden collection. And over years ago, I met his nephew. I won't say his name because he does executive protection and some contract security overseas. So, last name is Malden, of course, but you know he's got a few nephews and some family left, and he was really excited to see it. I showed him a lot of it, and he thought it was really cool. He didn't want any of it, but because he had his own artwork that was kept in the family. But these were all clips out of newspapers and things and books. But thought you'd all enjoy seeing this. I'm gonna put it in with my other Great War ephemera, and I'm going to find a frame for that photo, or if I can actually find a frame big enough to hold that book, I put the book and the photo together in it. And if I do that, I'll show it again later on, but I just thought everybody would like to see this. I know y'all like to see the pages, see some of the cartoons, read some of the captions, but for right now, we're just going to do it this way until I get me another supply of gloves and make absolutely sure that those pages aren't going to rip or come out. The binding on it is still pretty good, and just nice stuff. And you know, my parents over the years, they're the ones who have found me a great deal of my really rare collectibles as far as helmets and uniforms belonging to generals and all this because of their estate sale company. And they always kept an eye out for things for my brother and I. He collected more of the helmets and equipment and bayonets, where I just patches, personal items, uniforms, anything I can get my hands on, basically, because I was so young. And then when I got older, I started specializing in airborne items and German militaria from the World War II. My brother got in that just a little bit after I did, but it's been fun collecting this stuff over the years. Hopefully my kids will like it. I know my oldest son has no interest in it, just because he's into different collectibles and things, mostly NASCAR and Pepsi, and that's okay. But I believe my youngest and my middle son are interested in it, so it's going to be theirs someday, unless I decide to sell it off and travel the world or live in luxury for the rest of my life. Nah, that won't happen. But I am selling some things. I keep saying that every video. But just have to check me on eBay. I'm on Bear Flag Mercantile, and I'm on the Marketplace on Facebook. And as soon as this weather quits being in the triple digits, I'm going to get out to the garage and have some more stuff to show you. And maybe run some online sales. So I'd have to maybe talk to some people I know online, see if they'd want to be interested in checking it out too, and get everybody in there on like a live video. I could do live videos from a program I have. I can't remember the name of it, but mostly everybody who's live has it, and we could do a sale where you could see it, interested in it, deal on it, then buy it, or just buy it outright. Who knows? But I'm going to do that in a couple places. So one is in my garage, one is at my parents' house, where you've seen some pictures of some unbelievable items they have, but they still want to downsize. And I'm going to have some more videos for you in just a little bit. I finally got a quiet period in the evening where the dogs aren't barking and just life isn't happening around the house, and I have a moment to myself. Justin's in there doing his podcast. So anyways, this is it, and we'll see you on down the road.